How do you do the impossible?
What happens when a professional entertainer shares his inspirational story of overcoming an impossible challenge? It's entertaining, inspiring, and motivational to everyone in attendance. Meet Jason Michaels, an award-winning illusionist who has traveled the world making the impossible possible for over 25 years. But what most people don't know, Jason had to overcome an impossible challenge before ever walking on stage.
Imagine being a young boy trapped inside your own body.
Every single time I take the stage, I inspire and motivate my audiences with my personal story, because I didn't become a professional entertainer who's traveled all over the world by accident. When I was a child, I had to overcome my own impossible challenges.
He'd been to numerous doctors before, but none of them really knew what the problem was. There were talks of obsessive compulsive behavior, movement disorders, and ADD, but this doctor was different. This pediatric neurologist knew exactly what the problem was. Tourette's syndrome.
Jason was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, a debilitating neurological disorder with no cure. Left with few options, Jason refused to allow his condition to dictate his life. Now he is sharing his story to motivate and inspire others who are facing impossible challenges.
I have had Tourette's syndrome since childhood, and in the past 5 minutes, I've just done 2 impossible things. The first thing I did, I escaped from a straitjacket, something that for over 100 years was believed could not be done. The second thing I did was to step on the stage with Tourette's. At different points in my life, people have tried to bind me with what they thought, basically their assumptions, their expectations of what they thought I was capable of doing.
Throughout his talk, Jason explains and demonstrates the principles he discovered that can propel anyone far beyond what seems possible and become a success in both business and in life.
I want my audiences to live bigger, bolder lives than they ever thought possible. And I help them do that by teaching them my BIG formula. Live big, B-I-G. The B stands for belief. An impossible challenge only seems impossible because we believe it is. The I stands for imagination. Imagine a new reality where an obstacle that felt impossible yesterday is easily overcome today. And the G of my big formula is go forth. Go forth and take action, because impossible challenges cannot be overcome until you go forth and take action.
Which leads us to the question, what is impossible? Or maybe a better question is, what is possible? You see, there are all sorts of folks all over the world who will tell us that things are impossible. Step number 1, make a conscious choice to not listen to what other people tell you and to question what you believe. You are limited only by what you believe. Step number 2, when I tackle an impossibility, I try to see it in my mind. What's it going to look like? I'm not worried about the solution, I'm just worried about the end product. We were asked the question, now what? Now, go forth and do your impossible. Thank you very much.
I had to overcome my own impossible challenges, despite the naysayers. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing these principles and techniques with audiences around the world. They'll change your life. They certainly changed mine.
Now your group can join the companies, associations, and universities that have engaged Jason. Jason Michaels will amaze, inspire, and motivate your group to overcome their challenges and do the impossible in their lives.